Good evening. Please be seated. My name is Betty Linneman, and I'm the Director of Learning Services, and I would like to welcome everyone to Jefferson College's 2018 HSE High School Equivalency Recognition Ceremony. We are really glad you're here. I would also like to be the first to congratulate you all on a job well done. Congratulations. We are excited to celebrate with you, and we are really proud of you. I'd like to ask you to stand one more time so we can say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the President of Jefferson College, the administrative team, the Board of Trustees, and all the faculty and staff, we do want to welcome you to our ceremony. I would also like to introduce those sitting on the stage. At the far end, we have Dr. Dina McCaffrey. She is the Dean of Career and Technical Education. We also have our keynote speaker, Ms. Jane Bronk-Cost. We have our AEL instructor and literacy coordinator, Ms. Lori Ann Loeb. And we have our AEL lead instructor, Ms. Julie Johns. Next, I would like to introduce our instructional staff, but before I do that, I want to let you all know that this past year, Missouri ranked #1 in the nation for AEL students as far as measurable academic skill gain. We were #1 in the nation. Last year, Missouri ranked #2, and the year before that, we ranked #1 as well. You do not get to be ranked #1 in the nation without every student and every instructor putting forth effort and making that achievement. So thank you all very much. You make Missouri really proud. I would like to introduce our AEL instructional staff. I mentioned Julie Johns and Lori Ann Loeb, but also we have Mr. Alan McIlroy, Ms. Nicole Nations, Ms. Anita Niebrugi, Mr. Michael Schultz, Ms. Erica Wengert, Ms. Terry Wolf. I would also like to acknowledge our 2 instructional assistants who help keep us all organized, Ms. Stacy Fisher and Ms. Debbie Leisman. We also have 2 volunteers who give us countless hours and allow us to provide individualized instruction. One of them could not be here this evening, Ms. Maggie Sapanera, but we have here tonight Ms. Dee Barnett, and I'd like to thank her for all her hours. We do have a certificate for you after the ceremony. Please be seated. Lastly, I would like to thank all of the family and friends who are here this evening and who provide support for our students. It's nice to see so many people attending our ceremony, and we know the support that you give our students, because it is hard work to go back to school and to make this achievement. So thank you for your support and thank you for your attendance. Next on our program, we have a student speaker. We have Miss Victoria Fisher.
Hi. My name's Tori. First, I want to say congratulations to my fellow graduates. I am so proud of you guys, even though I really don't know you. I'm actually really proud of you guys, and thanks to all the family and friends for showing up and supporting us in this huge accomplishment for us. I would like to start off with sharing a little about myself. I was born into a very loving family. At the time I was born, I had 4 siblings, 3 brothers and 1 sister. You can imagine how much fun that was. 2 years and 2 months later, my mom and dad blessed me and my sister with yet another brother. After 2 years of being with my dad, he got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Being so young, I couldn't even comprehend what was going on. At this point, all we had was faith. Faith in each other, faith in the doctors, and most importantly, faith in God. He fought a very brave battle. 9 months after he was diagnosed, he passed away. Sorry. I would like to think that he's with me right now, and I know I made him proud. I'm sorry. I didn't think I would get so emotional. Like, I went over this like 1,000 times, and I didn't think I would cry. A year went by, and God showed us his faithfulness by blessing us with another dad, who then gave my mom 3 more kids. That's a grand total of 9 kids. Not a day goes by that I'm not thanking God for the tremendous blessing he gave me 15 years ago. I couldn't have asked for a better stepdad. I really wasn't planning on crying. When I was in kindergarten, my mother decided to homeschool me and my siblings. Good Lord, I'm a good writer. My freshman year was when things started to get difficult. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, not something a 15-year-old looks forward to or would know how to handle. Thank you so much. I got counseling and therapy, but I still felt hopeless. I felt lost in who I was, and I had no idea why I was here or how to make any of this pain go away. Around the end of my sophomore year of homeschooling, I decided to drop out and go get my HSE. A few months after I dropped my homeschooling, I began to avoid going to the orientation for the HSE class. I just didn't see the point in trying anymore. I had no more hope left in me and wanted to give up. But my mother and father continuously supported me and encouraged me to go. So after getting partially annoyed and maybe even realizing they might be right, I finally decided to go. The first time I stepped into the AEL classroom, I automatically felt encouraged and empowered. I finally felt like I had control over my life, something I wasn't familiar with. Each day I began to regain the faith in myself I thought I had lost so many months ago. The instructors were extremely helpful and patient, especially Nicole Nations. She was my cheerleader through all of this, and if I came to her with anything, she was always ready to help. So Nicole, you have my deepest gratitude. Thank you so much. Because without you, I would have probably failed. She would probably tell me right now that she always knew I could do it. And she was right. Lastly, I want to thank Jefferson College for the amazing opportunity that was given to me. One final thing I would like to leave with you today is to never lose faith in yourself, and no matter what life throws at you, just keep swimming.
Thank you very much, Victoria. I really appreciate you giving this speech this evening for us. It is not an easy job to do. Thank you. Next on our program, we have, not only does Mr. Michael Schultz teach math, but he also sings. So he is going to be our vocalist this evening.
Thank you. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, and to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right, without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this. That one man is going and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable, the unreachable, the unreachable star. So go ahead and dream the impossible dream. And reach for that unreachable star.
It was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Mike. Next on our program, we have our keynote speaker, Ms. Jane Brunk-Cost. Jane began her teaching career as an AEL instructor at Jefferson College. She soon became the director of the program and directed the Federal Jobs Training Partnership Program for economically disadvantaged youth and adults. In 1992, she was named Dean of Extended and Non-Traditional Learning at Jefferson College, and she retired in 2005. As a taxpayer, student, graduate, and employee of Jefferson College, she realizes the value of having a local community college for county residents. As an instructor and director of the AEL program, she is proud of helping thousands of county residents realize their goal of obtaining their high school equivalency. During her tenure, she worked with the administration to present each graduate with a scholarship to continue their education, and many have done so. Today, she continues to work with the Federal Job Training Program and serves as a liaison for that office with the college. Let me introduce to you Ms. Jane Brunk-Cost.
Thank you, and hello to everyone out there, grandmas, grandpas, moms, dads, and I see some kids out there too. Welcome to all of you. I'm really excited to speak to you tonight because you have something in common, in case you didn't know it, with Elton John, Catherine Zeta-Jones, 50 Cent, and Michael J. Fox. They too did not earn a high school diploma, but they earned their GED. So you have that in common with them, and look where they're at right now. I hope to inspire you to continue your education to make sure that this graduation is a springboard to your life, not a finish line. Most of you out there probably remember the recession that we recently lived through, 2008, 2009. Unemployment was very high at 10%. That was about 2.6 million people out of work. And if you look at the data, most of the unemployed were those with less education. 10% unemployment for those with a high school diploma, but 5% for those with an associate's degree. It's important for you to be self-sufficient, just in case you have to go it alone. And I'm speaking from experience because it happened in my family. My husband lost his job as a bank vice president in the late 1980s. Thankfully, I had earned a bachelor's and a master's degree and was employed by Jefferson College. We could have lost our home. We could have lost everything. Most of us are only 2 or 3 months away from being homeless as it is. I didn't think it could happen to me, but it could have if I had not been prepared. So please, right now, you've reached one successful moment tonight, but please make a goal for your future. Always be reaching. Congratulations to all those who completed their high set. I'm sure it feels pretty good sitting here tonight after all the studying and the testing and the retesting. When I taught adult education and literacy, my students would tell me really sad stories when they first came to class. Do you remember how you felt the first time you walked into the AEL classroom? My students would tell me that they were overwhelmed by just being on the college campus. Some felt that everyone on campus knew that they hadn't completed their high school diploma. They thought people could tell just by looking at them. Am I ringing any bells here? Not true, but they felt that way anyway. They also told me that when they saw fractions in the math section of the entrance exam, they thought, oh no, I'll never pass this test. So many thoughts that made them feel anxious and scared. Maybe some of you had the same thoughts, and yet here you are tonight, success. You overcame the fear, and that can just be the beginning. My hope is that you are turned on to education and that you're going to want more, and you've got a chance because you've got a 3-hour credit scholarship if you want it. A person receiving an associate's degree in a skilled area can earn really good money, and they have last chance of being laid off. So I urge you to check the internet to compare yearly salaries and unemployment rates for those with a high school diploma and those with an associate's degree. You'll see why you should take advantage of this scholarship. A famous lady by the name of Oprah Winfrey said, "Education is the key to unlocking the world. It's a passport to freedom." What a true statement. Oh, and one last parting thought. You didn't get to this point by yourself. Give credit to those parents, those husbands, those wives, and those kids, and other family members who helped you reach this point. You're going to need them for the next step, too. So I ask you, are you ready to be your best self? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, then let's go. Make yourself proud. Congratulations and good studying.
Thank you very much, Jane. Those are words to take to heart. The next item on our program is the awarding of certificates. Julie and Lori Ann will be assisting.
Victoria Fisher. Kevin Hudson. Summer Kelly. Tony Kimball. Chris Kovac. Megan Laborin. Tony Miller. Kristen Poe. Brittany Reed. Jason Schmier. Chaz Snail King. Haley Squires. Chelsea Stone. Kathy Tharp. And Leah Watson. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all our graduates. We are so proud of you. At this point, I would like to ask you to stand. And I would like you to turn your tassel from your right side to your left side to indicate that you are now a graduate. Please be seated. I would like to thank everyone for attending our ceremony this evening, and I would like to thank our keynote speaker, Ms. Jane Brunk-Kost. I would like to thank our vocalist, Mr. Michael Schultz. And I would also like to thank our AEL lead instructor, Julie Johns and Stacy Fisher, who worked really, really hard to make this such a nice event. In the lobby, we have a Viking backdrop that you can use for pictures. And we also have cake and coffee and water out there to celebrate your accomplishment. I just want to remind you all to please turn in your cap and gown after the ceremony. Keep that red tassel or whatever you like, but please remember to turn it in. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you all for coming.